Welcome back, Vancouver, to the Institute of Urban Ecology. Last week, I introduced you to the Coastal Temperate Rainforest and some of the more common plants that you'll find here. But one of the first things you'll probably notice when you step into one of our temperate rainforests are all the green ferns that cover the forest floor. And at first glance, they may all seem the same. But the Pacific North Coast is actually home to over 40 different species of ferns. In today's episode, I'm going to introduce you to 5 of the most common fern species found here in our coastal temperate rainforest. So let's get started. Ferns belong to a group of plants called polypodiophyta, the seedless vascular plants. Instead of using seeds to reproduce, ferns use spores, and spores need to remain moist to be active. And so most fern species are restricted to growing in shady, moist areas, making the understory of our coastal temperate rainforest the perfect habitat. Upon closer inspection, you may start to notice some subtle similarities and differences between the ferns in your urban forest. But the parts of a fern are a little bit different from other plants, so let's go over them really quick. Most ferns do not have a visible stem. The stem of a fern grows horizontally under the ground and is properly called the rhizome. The leaf of a fern is called a frond. The base of the frond is called the stipe. Further up the stipe, small leaflets called pinnae branch off the sides of the midrib or rachis. Sometimes the pinnae can be further divided a second, third, or even fourth time into pinnules. On the other side of the frond, you will find the tiny spots of sori where the spores are formed. Different species of ferns can easily be identified by the shape of their fronds and the number of times that the pinnae are divided. Now, this can be a little bit confusing, so let's clarify with my professional level diagrams. When you're looking for the shape of a frond, make sure you look all the way from the base of the stipe to the tip of the frond. Fronds can grow in 3 common shapes: triangles, diamonds, or lance-shaped. The pinnae divisions can range anywhere from 0 to 4. If a frond is not fully divided to the rachis, we call it pinnatophyte. If the frond is fully divided to the rachis once, we call it once pinnate. Sometimes the pinnae can be further divided into 2 pinnate, 3 pinnate, and well, you probably have the idea by now. What do you think a 4 pinnate frond looks like? All right, let's see if we can put our newfound fern knowledge to the test and identify these 5 common ferns. The deer fern is probably the easiest one to start with. The fronds are 1 pinnate in a long diamond shape. These fronds are sterile and only used for photosynthesis. Deer fern use a different type of frond to carry their spores. The fertile frond is taller and thinner and has the spore-bearing sori hiding on its backside. The sori are a little hard to see because they're very small and translucent. The sword fern is another easy one. Its fronds are once pinnate and lance-shaped. The pinnae are sharply toothed, unlike the smoother pinnae of the deer fern, and have a neat row of sori on the back. The easiest way to identify a sword fern is to look for the little lobe at the base of each pinna that kind of looks like a little thumbs up. Lady fern and spiny wood fern are very similar. Both are 3 times pinnate. The edges of the spiny wood fern are more sharply toothed, whereas the lady ferns are more lobed. But the biggest difference is in the shape of their fronds. The lady fern is a long diamond shape, and the spiny wood fern is triangular. Can you tell which fern is which? The common bracken is similar to the lady and spiny wood fern as well. It is 3 times pinnate and triangular, but the first division is so large it can almost look like 3 different fronds, but they're not because they're all connected to the same stipe. The edges of the pinnae on the common bracken are also much smoother than the lady or spiny wood fern, almost as smooth as the deer fern's edges. I think you've got it now. So let's try a little game of who's who. The understory of our coastal temperate rainforest would be quite barren if it wasn't for ferns. Because of their creeping underground rhizomes, ferns help prevent the erosion of soil, and their broad fronds provide some important protection for small land animals from things like predatory birds. And they also make a great snack for various animals, including humans. We'd love to see what ferns you have in your urban forest, so get out there and tag us in some photos. While you're out there, why not bring along a trash bag and some gloves or tongs so you can help clean up your neighborhood forests? Like yourselves, every good environmentalist takes nothing but photographs and leaves nothing but footprints. I want to thank you again, Vancouver, for helping protect your urban ecosystems. Until next time, bye for now.